Pakistan win the World Cup.
Sundras takes the catch.
48वें पीसीबी पॉडकास्ट में मैं आपको खुशामदीद कहता हूं। मैं हूं आपका मेजबान सिकंदर बख्त और अब पीसीबी पॉडकास्ट के इस एडिशन में हम आपके लिए ला रहे हैं दो खुसूसी इंटरव्यूज। पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट बोर्ड ने कल अपने 2 हेड कोचेस का ऐलान कर दिया। गैरी कर्स्टन वनडे और टी20 में पाकिस्तान के हेड कोच मुकर्रर किए गए हैं, जबकि जेसन गिलेस्पी टेस्ट क्रिकेट में पाकिस्तान के हेड कोच बनाए गए हैं। अजहर महमूद को असिस्टेंट कोच मुकर्रर किया गया है। वो इन दोनों हेड कोचेस के साथ अपनी जिम्मेदारी निभाएंगे। ये तो आप जानते हैं कि गैरी कर्स्टन जनूबी अफ्रीका के मायानाज बैट्समैन रहे हैं और कोचिंग के शोबे में भी इनका बुलंद मुकाम है। वो जनूबी अफ्रीका और इंडिया के भी हेड कोच रहे हैं और इन दोनों टीमों को वो आईसीसी की टेस्ट आलमी रैंकिंग में पहली पोजीशन पर ले जा चुके हैं। जब इंडिया ने मुंबई में 2011 का आलमी कप जीता था तो गैरी कर्स्टन ही इस टीम के हेड कोच थे। और जहां तक जेसन गिलेस्पी का ताल्लुक है, वो भी तकरीबन 15 साल से कोचिंग से वाबस्ता हैं और एक वसी तजुर्बा रखते हैं। वो जिम्बाब्वे के अलावा इंग्लिश काउंटीज ससेक्स और यॉर्कशायर के भी कोच रहे हैं। इसके अलावा वो साउथ ऑस्ट्रेलिया के कोच की जिम्मेदारी भी निभा चुके हैं। हमने इस मौके पर दोनों हजरात से गुफ्तगू की है ताकि आप इनकी कोचिंग और खासकर पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट टीम के बारे में ख्यालात से आगाह हो सकें। तो आइए हम आपको सबसे पहले लेकर चलते हैं जेसन गिलेस्पी की तरफ।
Well, the opportunity to be head coach of Pakistan's test side is it's an honour. It's a fantastic opportunity. I've been coaching for quite a while now in various roles around the world, and but one thing I haven't done is coach international test cricket. And when this opportunity presented itself, I jumped at the opportunity. I just thought with how Pakistan play, the players, they're very talented, very skillful. We watch from afar how they go about their work, and it's just great to be part of the team, and hopefully I can help the team progress, improve, and play some really entertaining cricket. Why I think Pakistan is an exciting job opportunity. I mean, the talent is there. There's a lot of very skillful cricketers. They play some wonderful cricket. There's been some inconsistency at times, but I'd like to think that I can help in some way to give clarity to how the team goes about playing Test cricket. I'm all about having fun, enjoyment, playing entertaining cricket. Which I think that's what players want to do. They want to go out there and entertain the fans and have some fun, because that's why you go into the game in the first place, is because you love the game and you want to play, you want to have fun with your mates. And if we can go out there and put on a show for the very passionate Pakistan supporters, we can go out there and entertain them with some really positive and aggressive cricket, then we'll go a long way towards having some success. Look, I simply want the Pakistan cricket team to play the style of cricket that's going to suit them. For me, that's important. Don't try to be something that you're not. You've got to be authentic in how you go about it. And I'm sure the Pakistan Test side, I want us to be authentic to who we are. Go out there and as I said, be positive, be aggressive, be entertaining, play with a smile on their faces, and go out there and entertain our fans. And if we do that, there's going to be times when you have to grind it out. That's what Test cricket is. It's a test of your skills. It's a test of your mental capacity, your patience. There are times to attack. There are times to soak up some good periods of cricket from the opposition. And if we can be as consistent as we can, then hopefully the scoreboard will look after itself, and we can tick off some wins. I'm excited about being part of a selection committee. My whole coaching career, I have been had a role as a selector in the various teams that I've coached over the journey. Haven't been involved in a selection panel as big as Pakistan's one, so that'll be a new experience for me. But again, it all comes down to clarity and communication, and I'm looking forward to working with everyone on the selection panel, as well as the captain Shan. So hopefully we'll forge a strong bond, strong relationship, and go from there. But again, communication and clarity of thought is the key. Look, the 24-25 World Test Championship, obviously for Pakistan, is going to be a challenge. There's no question of that. But we'll just take each series as it comes. The first opportunity that I'll be involved will be against Bangladesh at home in Pakistan, which is something I'm very much looking forward to. And look, we'll just take each series as it comes, each test match as it comes. Look, Test cricket's a challenge. There's no doubt about that. But if you prepare well, put your best foot forward, and we'll give ourselves the best chance to have some success. And very much looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun. Look, to have a healthy sport, we're very fortunate, cricket, having 3 wonderful formats of our great game. Look, I love Test cricket. It tests every part of your game, physically and mentally. It tests techniques. It is the true test, and it's very relevant. You only have to speak to players around the world. They love playing Test cricket. Players want to wear that cap on their country's cap on their head and go out there and represent their country in Test match cricket. And while you have players all around the world striving to play for their country in Test match cricket, the game will be healthy and strong. We see close finishes in Test cricket. Everyone sitting on the edge of their seat, fans, players, coaches alike, everyone, media. Everyone loves it, and it shows just how valued it is in the world calendar. Look, we all understand that there's only 12 months in a year, and there's a squeeze to fit all 3 formats internationally in, along with all the domestic competitions, and particularly the T20 competitions that are around, and that's fine. But Test cricket will always have its place, and I'm really looking forward to being part of Pakistan's journey over the next little while in Test cricket, and hopefully we can create some memories for all our supporters, which will be pretty exciting. Yeah, teams I coach. I like to think they're hardworking. They're very disciplined, and they go out and entertain people. Because we are in the entertainment business, and and I know players want to put on a show. Players want to showcase their skills to the crowds, to their supporters, and they want to play games that mean something, and they want to win. And so, that's what you'll see with the Pakistan side that I'm involved in. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to getting to know all the players and all the staff, and but I want the Pakistan team to play our way, and that'll be good communication with the captain and the players. I'll be keen. I'm really keen to see how they see themselves and how they want to be seen and how they want to go about it. And if I can help facilitate that in any way, then that's key. But let's go out there and have some fun. Let's go on this journey together and see what we can achieve. Look, the reason coaches, I suppose, don't like answering those questions is you don't want to miss out. You don't want to leave anyone out. But look, I'm genuinely excited at getting to know all the players first and foremost, and seeing what allows them to play their best cricket. And I'm excited about working with everyone in the Pakistan cricket team. It's an exciting challenge. There's so many exciting players, and I just want the players to go out there and be authentic to themselves. And if I can help in any way, this team perform better, that's what I'm here for. I like winning. I like having success, as do all coaches, I suppose. But let's go on this journey and see what we can achieve, because it's an exciting group of players, and let's go out and have some fun and work together to strive to have some success. I used to play, and I enjoy playing cricket. I loved playing Test cricket, but my career's over, and I've been a coach for a long time now. If I can impart any knowledge to help our players improve and get better, then that's what I'm here for. don't particularly like talking about my career. That's in the past. I like helping players get better and improve. And if I can impart any knowledge, then that's fantastic. My expectations are simply for the players to go out there and play their way. And if I can support them in any way, shape or form, then that's what I'll do. And really looking forward to that opportunity. Oh, that's a really good question. And I think from afar, watching Pakistan, and they're very gifted, very skillful players, but I think sometimes you hear commentators talk about inconsistency, and can Pakistan teams be more consistent and stay in games longer? Look, but that's a question that I suppose I'll be speaking to the players about, and how they see themselves, how they want to be seen, and how we can allow that to happen. But look, I see talented, exciting players from a batting point of view. You see a lot of very good stroke makers, very technically proficient players. You've got fast bowlers who run in and bowl quick and swing the ball. You've got spinners who spin the ball hard, and for me, that's pretty exciting. Having a test squad and all these resources available. So it's an exciting group of players to pick from. There's a lot of high end talent in Pakistan, so that's certainly something that I'm excited about. I remember playing a few test matches against Pakistan. I didn't have a lot of success. I remember a couple of games where I thought I bowled pretty well, but didn't really get many wickets. I think I got a 5-wicket haul against Pakistan. I think that was in Nairobi a long time ago. But so probably had a little bit more success in the one-day arena against Pakistan. But yeah, Test cricket probably battled a little bit. The players that I was fortunate enough to play against were all pretty good, and I think the margin for error was very small to bowl against against Pakistan players from the era I played. But yeah, I remember. I remember trying to take wickets and bowling well, but unfortunately, in Test cricket, Pakistan wasn't a team that I personally was very successful against. They played me pretty well. Yeah, the role of fans in cricket is vitally important. They're the lifeblood. Without the fans, we don't have a game. So and look, I'm well aware, and I'm very conscious that that cricket supporters are very passionate, and I know the Pakistan cricket supporters are incredibly passionate. They want to see success. And they want the team to do well, and I completely understand and appreciate that. Yes, we're going to have some great days in Test cricket for Pakistan, and there's a chance we'll have some not so good days. But I want the fans to be rest assured that it's not going to be through a lack of effort or a lack of preparation. We will be working hard. We'll be preparing very well. The nature of Test cricket means you are going to have some good days and maybe some not so good days. But if we can bridge that gap and minimise those bad days and keep striving to have more good days, more good hours, more good sessions, we can string those together. We can have some success. I'm convinced of that. As I said, the talent's there, and if you combine talent with effort, discipline, and go out there and play with a smile on their face, I'm sure a lot of good things can happen. And looking forward to bringing the Pakistan fans on the journey with us, and because their support is going to be crucial. We want the fans to enjoy the journey. I know there's going to be performances are going to be critiqued. That's okay. But I'll always front up and explain what we're striving to do. And I'll be backing the players in 100% each and every day. And hopefully we can have more good days than not so good days. Yeah, look, that's a really good question, and to be honest, I'm not really sure. What I do know is that you'll see in my time with Pakistan, I'll be very transparent and very open. The team will be going out there and playing how we want to play. And I want to give the players a lot of ownership of the team and how they go about it. We'll always do the team thing, always play as a team, and go out there and have fun. And I just hope, in my time with Pakistan, I hope people will appreciate that. We'll give it our best shot. I'm certainly here. I'm not here just to compete. We're here to win, and I'll be doing my best to try and help facilitate that. And I want people to know that I'm here to help, and that I suppose is however long my time is with Pakistan Cricket, I hope people know that it won't be through a lack of effort. We're putting all my efforts into helping this team get better. Yep, and absolutely. My family, my wife and my kids are very excited about the opportunity to come to Pakistan and see the sights and sounds, and so they're very excited. We'll have to work it around availability with schools and sport and stuff like that back in Adelaide. But if there's an opportunity during school holidays or something like that, or a holiday period, then and my family is very excited about coming to Pakistan and seeing what Pakistan has to offer.
और अब आप सुनिए गैरी कर्स्टन की बातें कि वो वनडे और टी20 के बारे में क्या ख्यालात रखते हैं, और सबसे अहम बात यह कि वो पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट टीम से वाबस्ता होकर किस तरह की हिकमत अमली मरतब करना चाहते हैं.
It's a wonderful privilege, to be honest with you, to be, first of all, to be offered the opportunity to coach the Pakistan national team is a tremendous honor. And also to be involved in international cricket again, which I haven't been for a while. That's a huge honor as well, to be in the international game. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity, and hopefully can add some value to the national team. Well, I love coaching, first of all, so that's an important departure point. And I've been involved in the short format leagues for a number of years now, and the intensity around every game is pretty exciting. And the shorter formats have definitely, from a coaching perspective, presented a great opportunity as a coach to do a lot of different things. There's much on the go in a 20 over game specifically, and I enjoy that from a coaching perspective. There's the role of the man manager, which is always massively important from a coaching perspective. There's some tactical considerations that need to be taken into account, and I think I've built up some good experience around that. And there's also just creating an environment, where players can thrive. I think the one nice thing about the game of cricket is that, there's always a common denominator when you go cross-cultural. And when we talk cricket, we all seem to understand what we're trying to say, So my hope is that I can galvanize the team in such a way that their massive talents can be produced on the field, all flying in the same direction, with a view to the national team being a success. Well, I was offered, to be honest with you, if I would consider the role, So I think for me, Pakistan sits as, one of the top 4 to 5 coaching jobs in the world internationally. So, the idea that you could work with some of the best cricketers in the world is particularly appealing to me, And as I said, whether it's a Pakistan team, an Indian team, a Sri Lankan team, an England team, is not that important to me. What is important is that I have the opportunity to work with some of the best cricketers in the world, and that excites me. Not closely, until I was offered the opportunity for this job, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously, I watched a lot of the World Cup last year, and I've watched bits and pieces of their short format cricket, and then watched a little bit of the PSL, which is really at a great time in South Africa. It's in the evening, so we can kind of come back from a working day and switch on the TV, and there's the PSLs on. So I'm familiar with all their players pretty much, just watching them through the various tournaments. You know, I think the view on Pakistan cricket probably hasn't shifted for a long time. You know, capable of much, and you know, always there's an expectation that it should be a high performing team all the time, and we know in team sports that's not always the case. But I think it's always wonderful from a coaching perspective when you can help them unlock, you know, their real potential. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm just looking forward to working with those individual players and the team, and just kind of assisting them that way. So yeah, I mean, if you're a cricket lover internationally, you are very familiar with the Pakistan players because they're all over the place, and it's great watching them play cricket. Well, you're right. It's not a question that coaches like, because you want to believe that a high percentage of your players in the team are capable of becoming match winners. The one thing that I'm looking forward to getting back into the international scene is you're essentially picking your best players out of the country, you know, which I haven't had for a while because I've been in the leagues. And in the leagues, you've got to kind of build your team through a draft or an auction system. So I'm looking forward to knowing that that's kind of taken out the equation. We're finding the best players that we have in Pakistan, and working with them. But, you know, your household names, your Baba Azams, your Rizwans, your Shaheen Afridis, your Harris Ralphs, you know, they all those guys, they've been around the circuit for a long time. So, you know, every one of them, I'm looking forward to understanding what makes them tick, and how I can help them, you know, be the best versions of themselves going forward. That is going to be of benefit to the national team. Yeah, I think that's very important. You know, every team does have an identity, and that identity is driven from a lot from who they are as people, and their national identity. You know, how they operate as people in the country. So that'll be for me one of my big journeys, is to really understand the people of Pakistan and what makes them tick. I've been very fortunate. I think I went on 3 tours to Pakistan, and sort of got a bit of a feel and a flavor for how much they love cricket over there. But I think most importantly for me now is just to really get to understand a little bit of the roots of the game in Pakistan, and I think try and connect the current group of players, you know, to that history. Which I think has been done anyway. It's not as that I'm going to be doing anything special, but I just think it's sometimes nice when you're building that narrative every day in the team environment, that it kind of connects with the core of who they are as people, rather than they're just another professional team operating in 2024. You know, I think it would be important that the game's history is honored, protected, and well looked after. And I think Australia have probably been really good at that. You know, they've I think been leaders in world cricket and how they protect their history. You know, and so for me, that would be something that I'd like to understand better in Pakistan, and certainly for the modern or the new group of players to affiliate themselves with that history as well. Well, I think as a South African, and you know, you start the touring process. You know, we had been isolated for many years, and then suddenly, when was it? 1996, we were on tour to Pakistan, and it was World Cup year as well, and you know, the idea that you could be playing in a foreign land as a South African was quite unique to us all. So the privilege of that was massive. The first thing that stood out for me when I arrived in Pakistan was the absolute passion and love for the game. You know, I mean, there's people love the game of cricket more in Pakistan than in a lot of countries, I would think. And that's great to see. You know, as a South African, it was amazing to see how I could arrive as an international person, but almost kind of immediately get that respect value because I'm a cricketer, you know. And I kind of love that. I found the Pakistan cricket people really gentle in their approach to you coming into their land to play. Um, I never felt uncomfortable in Pakistan. I always felt warmly treated, and then the cricket was competitive. I mean, it was hard, you know, facing some of the best fast bowlers in the world over a number of years. I always enjoyed batting up front in Pakistan or opening the batting because I felt that the wickets were probably playing at their best with the new ball. But then you had the challenge of some of the most fearsome fast bowlers around. And I really loved the contest with those guys. You know, if you took the Wasim Akrams, the Waqar Yunuses, Shoaib Akhtar, as you've mentioned, and many others, Mohammed Shami, they were all incredibly tough contests. But I enjoyed going to play cricket in Pakistan. It was a good experience as a batsman. I think it's going to be a journey that I'm going to have to walk to understand how to get the best out of these group of players. It's as simple as that. So for me, the most important thing is establishing a really good environment for people to operate at their best, to understand where the players need to be challenged, but also at the same time where they need to be thoroughly enjoying what they do. So I'm trying to find the balance between that all the time. I don't have the silver bullet to success, but my role is to try and enable the players to play at their absolute maximum of their talents. And that's not an easy thing to do in any environment because there's always a lot of noise. And a team loses a game of cricket and then, you know, the noise hypes up. And our ability to stay the course and hold our line in terms of what we believe is the right way to play the game, I think is going to be incredibly important. And not to crisis manage when things are not necessarily going well. I'm a fan of continuity and consistency in a process, and let it serve it. Let the process and the system serve its time out, because if it does, and you've got really talented players, there's a really good chance you will have some sustainable success, which is what every team is looking for. So that's a journey we're going to have to walk. I'll have to understand almost kind of do an audit of the environment, you know, and just understand what's working, what's not working, and where I can, as a head coach, move in this into the spaces that maybe there's a bit of blockage and try and free that up, so that the players can go out and perform at their best. It just so happened that I was on assignment, as you said, so it was difficult to move away. I've got to see my contract out here, but the plan's already in place. I think Azza's doing a great job as the interim head coach. We are communicating most days at the moment, so I'm getting to understand and the team and how they're playing. I'm watching their games, which is great. So certainly got my head in the space, but at an arm's length. So yeah, we're in constant communication, but it's Azza's team at the moment. You know, he's running the show, so I don't want to lead from a distance, because I don't think that is, you know, a healthy space to be. It's very difficult, actually, but certainly engaging in conversation with Azza on a daily basis. So we're doing the best we can. Yeah, you know, if we, it is going to be a quick turnaround. There's no doubt. We just have to accept that. But we're hoping that we can build some structure into the team over the course of the next 3 weeks or so, to, I guess, provide the clarity that the players need going into the World Cup. Yeah, absolutely. I think he's already been an incredible help. He definitely knows the players better than I do. And we're going to work closely together. I think we've got a decent relationship. I played a lot of cricket against Azza, so we've been on the opposite sides of the cricket field, but we're on the same team now. So I'm kind of looking forward to that journey with him. He's a well-qualified coach and he's very dedicated at his work. So, and I think he's got good relationships with a lot of the players. He's obviously been involved in PSL a lot, so he understands the space. So, I'm going to arrive with a lot of curiosity around why things are done certain ways and challenge the systems and processes, and hopefully we can work well together. I'm sure we will. In the end, our role is really to enable the team to play at its best. That is the job of a coach. And so we'll do everything in our power to make sure that we attempt to do that. Well, my designation is the white ball coach. So 50 over cricket will be as important as T20 cricket. I think the important thing for me is to understand where the team is at and where we want to go to. So whether that is winning World Cup events, which, by the way, is not easy. I think often some people think just pitch and you're going to win, pitch up and you're going to win. But I think if you can win one of those ICC events, that'll be an amazing achievement on its own. Whether it's this event coming up or whether it's 2 years from now, is neither here nor there. My job is to make sure that the team operates at its best. It's as simple as that. And if the team is operating at its best, we will have a good chance of winning a trophy. But if it's not operating at its best, we won't. And that would be the same for any team. So for me, it would be really important to understand where is the team now and where does it need to go to be able to compete right at the top of the pile, and that's winning ICC events. And the work really sits in between. You can't guarantee a trophy, but what you can do is put the steps in place to give yourself the best chance of winning a trophy. And that's really what I'll attempt to do. I mean, Pakistan, by the way, as we know, have got a history of performing well in World Cup events. So it's just what are the steps that you need to take to go all the way. It's as simple as that. I think what's really important is that the players don't see this massive support base as a burden of expectation, but rather that they see it as a journey that they walk hand in hand with the Pakistan people. So my message to the Pakistan people would be, let's be patient around performance, number one. And number two, let's try and identify with the players. Like these players are your players. And the more they are supportive of them, even when things aren't necessarily always going well, not to this player is useless one week, and then the next week is great. It's like we've got to be patient around performance. We will do our best to make sure the team is winning a lot of games of cricket. But sport wouldn't be sport if you didn't lose as well. Otherwise, if you just won everything, you could package it and sell it off to anyone around. These are the steps of success, and you would make yourself a lot of money. But I think it's sport is sport because you're playing against quality opposition. They're going to challenge you all the time. So it's really just to get behind the team as much as you can, to feel that you're walking a journey with them to, these ICC events. I kind of love the image of that. I love the image of Pakistan players walking to the Caribbean with Pakistan people and fans, hand in hand kind of stuff. This is off the record, by the way, but it's a really cool image, because often it is there's a massive burden on having to have the success, and if you don't have the success, it's not good enough. But sometimes when you identify and engage the fans that they are actually walking hand in hand with you to these ICC events, we're going to the Caribbean in a month's time. and they feeling as much part of the journey as the players are. I think that's always a great image that you can portray to the people. I'm a little bit scared around the word legacy, to be honest with you, because it's not about me. It's about me enabling the team to be the best it can be. So, I would like to be remembered as the quiet coach who just got on with the job, didn't seek any attention, was very quiet around the stakeholders within the team, the media and the sponsors and everyone that sits around the team, and really just got his hands dirty and got involved with the players. We've already, I'm a big believer in very small support staff because I want to get my hands dirty. I want to work. I want to throw lots of balls. So my recipe is under the radar in many ways. And I think if I can stay under the radar and allow the players to enjoy their success, and then to, when things aren't going well, is to know that we're all together in this to go to where we want to go. And I think if I could portray that style of coaching, I'd be very happy. I think we've probably mentioned it before, but I certainly am a big fan of continuity and consistency. Those are two words that are really important to me. So there might be some frustrations around players in and out of form. That happens in the game. But I would certainly push hard to make sure that the environment remains consistent. If I'm going to pick a player because I back him, that player's staying. He's not going anywhere unless it gets to a point where, we would have to make a shift. But I'm a big believer as a coach in that continuity and consistency.
उम्मीद है कि आपको पीसीबी पॉडकास्ट का ये एडिशन पसंद आया होगा, जिसमें अभी आपने पाकिस्तान के इन दोनों नए हेड कोचेस के ख्यालात सुने। हमें आपके आरा का इंतजार रहेगा। अपना ख्याल रखिए। सिकंदर को दीजिए इजाजत। पीसीबी के अगले पॉडकास्ट एडिशन तक अल्लाह हाफिज।